Okay, so me and Justin are about to go on a walk. It is a very warm, humid day, just like it's gonna be on our wedding day. So I feel like today is as good of a day as any for me to just practice my makeup before I get my rings all dirty. Let me take them off. And this is like, I'm gonna be like just doing like a really simple base routine, and just seeing how it wears in the humidity, because I'm still trying to figure out what my exact routine is going to be. So starting, just washed my face probably about half an hour ago, moisturized like 10 minutes ago, so I feel like I've got a pretty good starting point. And I'm going to start with my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I feel like this will be really good because it's supposed to like help your makeup stick to your skin, so just going to do 2 pumps of that. 2 little pumps, because I feel like a little goes a long way with most of the products that I've been trying. And it says on the instructions you're supposed to like pat it in, so I kind of just do like this, and it does, I like instantly make my face feel like nice, tacky, sticky. So I feel like that's good. And then it's supposed to just let it sit for 30 seconds. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my face products. I feel very confident in the face products that I'm gonna be using on our wedding day. It's really the primer that I'm not sure about, because I also have my Danessa Meyer Exploring Balm, which I haven't really enjoyed, but I also don't know that I used it the right way. So for my base, these 2 Merit sticks. One of them is Dune, one is Bone. They're both very cool tone, like pinky shades. This one is like more of like my like tanner side, and this is more of like a concealer shade for me. So I'm probably gonna use a mixture of these 2 just for like my base. And then this Dior, which one is this? The Backstage Flash Perfecting Concealer. I'll probably use this for under my eyes, just because I was, like every other trial that I've done, I've been using this Sigma color corrector, but I feel like it really like disintegrates underneath my eyes as soon as I put powder on top of it, and I need to powder under my eyes or they're gonna crease. So I'm really, I don't, even though like I love how brightening this is, I don't think I'm gonna be using it. My Laura Mercier Blur Perfecting Setting Powder, just in a little puff right there. I have just this like all over setting powder by Kosas, so I'm gonna get started with that. So next step, I'm going to put my concealer over the spots that I really feel like I need to conceal, which is obviously under my eyes. I feel like that's very obvious. So beep. I have to just do that. Like a pretty big one and a pretty small one. So, and then I have that. I've got some pimples going on right now. Hopefully I won't have this going on our wedding day, but we're gonna roll with the punches regardless of what happens. I'm gonna leave that for a sec, and I'm going to go in with my base. So first I'm going to be using the Dune, which I have like actually a lot in here. I didn't realize that these were such like meaty sticks, so I've got like a lot still, and I feel like I've used this like crazy this summer. So I'm gonna go under, yeah, up in there, like that. A little dab, and then boop, and boop, boop. So I've been kind of doing like a little bit of an underpainting vibe, so just stick with me. Next, I'm going to put this for like the rest of my skin. Like, you see how they don't look very different, but this is slightly darker than this one. So I like to use this just for, because I'm very pink and it makes my pigment confusing. So, hold. So as you see, I have this going on, and I'm just gonna go ahead and blend out the base. So I'm gonna use my Patrick Taw and start at just these outer corners. I still don't know if I should be rubbing or tapping. I prefer a tapping motion, I think. I did some concealer over here. I do feel like above my eyebrows could probably use like a little bit more product, but I also think I may carve out my eyebrows after I do them, so I'm not going to add anything else like on top of that. I think it looks so funny like when it gets all over my lips and I look like this. So most of the base, other than, I don't like to do my under eyes with this brush. I feel like this brush is just too big to really do my under eyes like any sort of justice. So I'm going to use my Patrick palette for concealer and do my under eyes now. Just kind of drag that over my eye as well. Oh, I don't know why I whispered sorry. That was weird. And you see how that, like, yeah. I kind of try to bring it like down the bridge of my nose a little bit too, just to make sure that I'm like really blending it in with everything around it as best as I can. And then I feel like that right there is still poking through a little bit. There, I do just have like texture over here on this side of my face, but I'm not seeing any color poke through, but that I'm still seeing. So what I'm gonna do about that is use this side of my I'm gonna use this side of my concealer brush, put a little bit of powder, and then I'm going to go back over with my Merit. So I'm just gonna use my Kosas, a little bit of powder on this, just because I feel like it helps like set it if you put a little bit of powder. And I feel like that is probably as concealed as I'm gonna get. I'm literally, yeah, I'm concealed. So I feel like that is going to be the foundation concealer routine day of, right there. So I'm gonna definitely use my Westman Atelier stick. It's a lot. I'm gonna use it on my Morphe F4. I'm going to put this on right here in my hand. Go like that. So you see that's like a bruise color for me. Ah, perfect cool tone shade. So I'm gonna use the bigger side, pat it in there, and then I'm trying to really not like disrupt everything going on underneath it too, which I feel like is making it a little bit more difficult for me right now. But I do think that that just added like just a little bit of something, just to bring back something to my face, because I had not a lot going on. So I'm gonna do the exact same thing to the other side, just because like that just looks slightly more alive than that, and I want to look alive. So I feel like right here, probably very similar to how people would place their blush, is kind of how I like to do it. And if there's like a different placement that would look better, definitely all ears, but I haven't really found one. So a little bit of life brought back to the face. I'm going to do just a couple of swipes more. So a couple of swipes more just to go after my forehead where my baby hairs are. Perfect. Just do swipe. Yeah. There she is. So right on top of where I have my bronzer at, I'm going to put her and kind of just like blend the two colors together to make my blush more of like a, yeah, like a taupey shade like that. And then right here. Up a little bit. I want to concentrate it right here. So we're gonna start with Prada, and I have these little elf poofies. I'm gonna go under my eyes first with my Laura Mercier. I'm gonna go right under the eye, because I feel like in the humidity I'm really gonna need that. So once again, right under the eye. And then let me also, just with this loose powder, go nose crease. Nose crease. I feel like you didn't have enough on you. Nose crease and mouth creases, because I smile. So that looks so good in my opinion. Next I am going to hit myself with this Charlotte Tilbury. This is in Fair. I honestly think that I could have gone one shade darker, but we're gonna go with this on my Muffy F2 and the big side. So I'm gonna literally, and then I like to also bring it a little bit down the chin, and then exact same thing one more time over the whole cheek, and up into the forehead, down into the chin. Perfect. Got my say and my kosas. I think I'm probably, because the kosa's a bit more warm tone and the say's a bit more cool tone. Yeah, I'm gonna go say on this side. Dab it in there, and right here, same spot where I focus my cream. Give it a little light dusting. Alright, and now I'm just going to use this one, my, who are you? My Well People buffing complexion brush on my Kosas powder, and just powder any other part of my face that didn't really get powdered. And I like to go back under the eyes one more time just to wipe away any loose powder and also blend everything together one last time. And next, I'm gonna use my e.l.f. Power Grip Setting Spray. Fan. And I really do think that I'm gonna obviously wear this to the park. We're gonna go for a nice like walk, and then I'm gonna see if this is like the base routine that I'm gonna be able to go with. So on my eyebrows. So, I'm just gonna use my ABH Prized Possession. This goes right into the scar that I have to help fill everything. I can't like it doesn't color like the actual scar itself, but that's fine. Sisters, not twins. Quick way of mascara. Which one are you? This is probably one of my least favorites. It is the Dior, but it's the one that I grabbed, so it's the one we're gonna use. I like to specifically like go like outwards like that. That looks good though. I just feel like it's a very dry formula. Oh, I didn't even curl my eyelashes. You can tell on this eye, they are not curled. Road to you. Twist. Let's give her a twist. So, right on top, we are gonna go with Toast. Just, it's like a little bit of like a brownie type shade. I feel like it'll look good with this. I like to use the applicator to kind of like blend it all together. So, let me finally do something about this hair. The other half. Oh, I feel like, you see, I made this half bigger. Like that. Whatever. Just a little too strainer. Okay, just finished my walk. I'm super sweaty, but I honestly think my makeup looks really good. So I do think this is gonna be the base.